ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Star Wars figure review. Now today I'm super excited to be taking a look at the deluxe version of the Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Now for those of you who don't know everything about this figure, what this essentially is the previous release Jedi Luke, just with some added accessories to give him some bonus looks. Now this is the exclusive version, so that means it comes with all of the accessories to give him the Endor look, the Sandstorm look, and also the windswept hair look from the sail barge. So if you do want to pick up either of the flavors, being the regular or the exclusive, they're both in stock right now with Philip Liu from ToysOneland.com, and the link for that is down in the description below. But the best part is that the price on these guys is cheaper currently than Sideshow Collectibles themselves for the in-stock version of this figure. So you can have it sent out literally right now for an in-stock item rather than waiting on a wait list or emails or anything like that. They're in stock, ready to go. Link is down below. Either way, if you do like seeing these super early Hot Toys reviews and also some retro reviews as well, why not hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. What we're going to do now is get all of Luke's accessories out here and take a look at everything he comes with. And here we have all of the deluxe version of Luke's accessories. And as you can see, he comes with a bunch of stuff, and I absolutely love that. I've organized them in terms of the different looks, and we'll talk about each one in just a second. Now let's start off with the display base itself. Now this is a diorama style display base. It's pretty much underneath the exact same one that we've gotten with the Sand Troopers and previous figures, so I do like that they've actually managed to keep the continuity with the line. However, I do think it reads more like sand than dirt. I would have appreciated it being a little bit browner. I do like the tree stump in the back and the little leaves. It does have a real Endor sort of look about it, and as I said, I really do like that. Now let's take a look at the Endor outfit to go along with the display base. As you can see, it's got a nice level of weathering throughout. It does have a wire throughout the entire thing, so you can get some nice sort of windswept poses with it, and there's a Velcro closure, I should say, on the back of the belt there that attaches to the figure. Now let's take a look at the helmet that goes along with the poncho. It is a really nicely painted and weathered up piece. The top is actually fabric, something that I really didn't expect them to do, but I'm glad that they did. Now I do have one gripe with this piece, and that's the fact that you do have to squeeze it over the ears to get it onto the figure. So that means if you're taking this on and off over time, it's going to absolutely destroy the sculpt in terms of the ears, and I really don't appreciate that because they are visible when you're using either the windswept hair or the normal one. So definitely something that I don't like. That should have split apart in order to get onto the figure a little bit easier. Now this piece is something that was seen in a deleted scene in Return of the Jedi. This is from the Sandstorm scene. It's completely wired as well and very tattered, so you can get him wearing this. Again, nice windswept sort of poses with it. I really like that they included that. Just not something that I'm going to use. Now he also does come with his glasses from the Sandstorm scene. There's a nice level of weathering even down to the lenses themselves, something that I really didn't even expect them to do, and the paintwork is pretty nice. Now this just slots onto the side of the sculpt underneath the hair, so that means that you are going to potentially get some scratching from this piece as well. So just be careful with all these interchangeable accessories not to damage your Luke Skywalker head sculpts. Now speaking of head sculpts, let's take a look at this one right here. This is a really nicely done piece. It's pretty much the exact same one that we got previously, just with the eyes looking off to the side to go along with the windswept hair. I'm definitely going to be switching this out with my standard Luke. Now let's take a look at this little piece that goes along with him. This is his Jedi Robe, obviously exactly the same as the previous one, and we'll put this on the figure a little bit later in the video. Now let's take a look at the two lightsaber hilts. They're both different, and you're probably thinking, why on earth are there two lightsaber hilts? Well, this one right here is known as the V2. It's a little bit rough, a little bit more dirty, and this one is the hero prop. A lot cleaner, the details are a lot crisper on it, and I appreciate that Hot Toys put in the effort and the research to get them both just right. This one's chunkier, it's completely different, and the sculpts are very unique, so I absolutely love that. Now he does come with two versions of the blades, one that's got a swooshing effect and one that's just a normal blade, so it's good that they've actually included that. I'm actually really appreciating those swooshing blades, so I'm happy that Hot Toys have kept including them. Now here is his light up accessory, a lightsaber arm. This is not something that I use because it's in a little bit of a pain to switch onto the figure. You do actually stretch out the sleeve, so just be careful when you are using this. And then, of course, he does come with his blaster, which is painted and weathered quite nicely, exactly the same as the first release. Now, let's take a look at the hands before we move on to the figure himself. As you can see, this one here has been blasted on the back with a nice sort of singed effect and detail on the inside, and then his nice leather gloved hands with a good amount of detail and paintwork. Either way, that's pretty much it for the accessories. What we're going to do now is get the figure himself out here and take a closer look. And here we have Luke Skywalker himself, all outfitted up in his Endor gear. And let me just say, I'm initially very, very impressed with this figure. While it's basically just a re-release of the regular figure, I have some sneaking suspicions that Hot Toys have gone back and improved a few things. And when we get the Endor sort of robe off, we will be able to tell whether or not they've modified the body, removed the fat suit, and go from there. But at first glance, I think they have. I think they've slimmed him down a little bit, and that really works for the character of Luke Skywalker. He was a little bit sort of thinner, a smaller frame, and this figure perfectly captures that. Either way, what we're going to do now is punch in and take a closer look. Punching in to take a closer look at Luke Skywalker. This figure looks absolutely fantastic. I am very impressed with what Hot Toys have done here. It's pretty much a straightforward re-release. However, they have made quite a few improvements to the figure itself, namely removing the fat suit. He's so much slimmer now. This looks way better. This is how it should have looked from the beginning. Now, unfortunately, you won't just be able to remove your fat suit from the original one and get it to look like this. The outfit is pretty much still skin tight with a little bit of flexibility for posability, obviously. However, they have, as I said, removed the fat suit. Now, let's bring out the original Luke. As you can see, the bulk on this guy is just outstanding. You can feel the padding. Outstanding is in not in a good way, but you'd notice it. It looks really big and bulky. Compared to the new one, it looks night and day in my opinion. The new one on the left is absolutely fantastic. You can see the bulk in the side profile there. He's a lot thicker, and it definitely doesn't look accurate to the film itself. The shoulders are definitely broader, and I'd have to say, even in the small amount of time that there's been between the two releases, the hair paintwork on the newer one on the left looks a hell of a lot better. So overall, am I impressed with the changes that Hot Toys have made on this new guy? Absolutely. They have blown the old release, and it's not even that old, but they have blown it out of the water. It just goes to show how Hot Toys is always improving their processes and making the figures better and better. Now, just quickly, I wanted to show you what he looks like without the outer robes on, and I think this looks amazing. They've absolutely killed it. This slimmer proportion to the body looks fantastic. This is far and away, in my opinion now, the absolute best version of Return of the Jedi Luke that you can get in 6-scale format. Panning the camera down to give you a closer look at the rest of the outfit. As you can see, they've slimmed him down. They've taken out the fat suit, and don't worry, I'll bring the other Luke out in just a second to compare, but it looks a hell of a lot better. A lot cleaner, it cuts a much nicer silhouette. It just looks more accurate to the movie. Now, they've also changed the paintwork on the boots. They're a little bit more weathered, a little bit more worn on the tips, so it looks like he's been running around on Endor and getting his boots all scuffed up and dirty, which I really do appreciate. Now, let's bring in the normal version of Luke. As you can see, his legs are a lot thicker. There's a lot more padding on the inside there. The pants are more form-fitting, yes, and I think that looks good. However, the bulk that's on the legs, and you can feel it, you can feel the padding in there, it's a lot greater than what we're getting on the new version. If I had to choose between the two, if I could only have one definitive version, my money goes to this guy right here. He looks so much better. This is definitely an improvement on the original release. Now, zooming out for a quick side-by-side comparison, as you can see, the version 2 on the left absolutely blows this one out of the water. I think the proportions look amazing. The way the outfit sits on the body looks way better. Even the head sculpt looks better, and they're exactly the same. It's just the paintwork that's different, but they've made improvements since they released this first version, and they have killed it. And it hasn't even been that long between releases, so with this momentum, I absolutely cannot wait to see what Hot Toys are putting out in the future. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things with the Deluxe Luke Skywalker. The first annoying thing is, as you can see, the hole to insert the head on the helmet is just too darn small. You always end up scratching the ears on the sides of the helmet. The second annoying thing also has to do with the paintwork, and it's the fact that you have to just insert the sides of the goggles under the hair. That means it's always going to be rubbing up against the temples of the head sculpt. The third annoying thing is, of course, the color of the display base. This, in my opinion, should have been a lot more brown to mimic the dirt on the forest moon of Endor. The first cool thing about Luke Skywalker is, of course, the fact that they've removed the fat suit. His body proportions look absolutely fantastic. The second cool thing, and somebody probably already guessed it, but it's the fact that you get both versions of the Return of the Jedi Luke Lightsaber Hilt. And the third cool thing is the fact that you get all the different outfits that you can choose from to basically have your perfect version of the Return of the Jedi Luke. Just wrapping up on the Return of the Jedi Deluxe version of Luke Skywalker. I'm blown away with this release. There's no two ways about it. He is just that darn good. Initially, I wasn't actually all that excited. Yes, we were getting a couple of new looks for Luke, look, but as soon as I realized that they'd updated the body to make it more proportionate and just blow the old one out of the water, I was over the moon. If you have that initial release, I would absolutely condone selling it and picking up this guy, unless of course you really want their Jedi robes, which this guy doesn't come with. Then keep both, because this one has gone from a, oh maybe I'll pick it up, to an absolute must-have in my opinion. This right here, not the previous version, this one is the definitive version of the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. You get all the looks, you get the better body proportions, you get the 2 lightsaber hilts. This truly is a deluxe release. Either way, if you do want to pick up your very own Luke Skywalker, he is in stock and for a cheaper price than Sideshow Collectibles themselves right now with Philip Liu from Toys Wonderland, and the link for that is down in the description below, so definitely check him out if you'd like to pick up your very own Luke, either in the deluxe or regular flavors. Also check out 6 Scale Network, the brand new awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and overall, have a good time. Also participate in giveaways with one going on right now for the Diecast Mark 7. Also check out Justin and Seth, our brand new second channel for behind the scenes videos on our adventures, and a hell of a lot more. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.